Hi, in this tutorial I will show you how to insert data into database using the Eloquent ORM system of Laravel. This is a Laravel fresh installation folder. I have installed a fresh Laravel in this folder. Now I will run here. Now I will open my code editor here. Okay, code dot. I am going to close this. My code editor is opened here. Now I will run the development server cmd here in this location PHP artisan serve. Development server is running. Now I go to here, run, refresh, and this one runs. I have created a database that is Laravel fundamental. I am going to copy this, and in the fresh Laravel installation I will first go to my .env file, and here I will change that database name to Laravel fundamental. Now I close this one. What I will do, I will first create a table for my database. Now if you look at database, you see that there is no table given here. We know that in our database folder there is migrations folder, and already there are some table names here. Suppose users table, password, etc., and those are migration files. Those table will be created automatically when we will run the migrate command. But before running the command, I will create my own migration for my students table that I am going to show you for an example. PHP artisan make migration and then create students table. Then you see that the student migration table file comes, and here I will give my own fields. Suppose string student name, that is name, and email of that student. Okay, this one. So now if I run PHP artisan migrate, you see that all the migration tables will be created. Go to here, Laravel fundamental, refresh it. We see that all the Laravel tables are created. I am going to the students table, and here you see that name and email comes. What I will do now, I will now create a controller PHP artisan make controller. This is suppose student controller, then enter. In the app folder, http folder, controllers folder, here student controller file comes. This one is created. Now I will create a function to insert data here. Suppose public function add. I will create my insertion code here. But before going to that step, I will have to create a model for the students table. So I am going to create a model, student make model student. Remember that as the table name is students, I will have to use the singular form of the table name here. Enter. And into my models folder, you see that a student model now comes, student.php. This is the model code. I am not going to touch it. I am going to close that. In my student controller, I will have to use that model. So use app model is into the models folder, app models, and then the model name student. I am going to call it in the top. Now I will go to route. In the route, I will create a route to insert data. Suppose add route, and then here I will call the student controller class, and then there is a method add. This student controller I have to import that in the top, app http controllers. I am going to tell the locations of that controller. Okay, student controller, app http controllers, and there is student controller. I will run this route to my URL, browser URL. Now in order to insert data into database, I will have to use the model class, that is the student. This is our model class. I am going to create an object of this model, student equal to new student, and using this model, as I have created a model of that particular table, students table, and I write the singular form of that table, so I do not write the table name anywhere. I just put the fields name and then call the save function, and the data will be inserted. Student name equal to, I am manually going to insert some data, suppose this one, and then student email, because I have two fields, this one, and I have set up the values for the name field and for the email field. Okay, you see that here is name field and email field, and the timestamps value created and updated that will be automatically inserted because I am using the Eloquent system. Now student save, then the data will be saved. I am going to my browser and run the add route, enter. You see a blank page, and here if I refresh it, you see that the data is inserted, and also you see created and updated that those fields information are automatically inserted here, the date and the time when the data is inserted. Now I am going to insert another data, Smith suppose, and then again I am going to my browser URL, refresh, and this refresh, you see that another data is inserted. So in this way, using the Eloquent ORM, you can easily insert data into the database table.